Welcome back. Let us continue, shall we? Oops. Do I have an? Oh, you've returned. They made me go and gather a bunch of strange mushrooms. So hopefully we can finally get some answers. Ba-da, ba-da, ba, ba-da, ba, ba-dum. Shit. Exemplary timing, Akira. 'Twas not more than a moment ago that grandson returned, having at last obliged my humble request. Humble request by ours. This one's no better than a Morian aristocrat, so accustomed to making others do their bidding. I tell you, there's something off-putting about taking orders from a dog. You continue and give me cause to reconsider aiding your hunt. Perhaps you should ask your questions. Fine. Akira said she saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as thieves. You were friends, eh? Know what he's up to now? Brandon is dead. He died a century ago, together with his comrades, in an attempt to halt the flood that they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the eater that took possession of his corpse. Kai Sin, aye, but unlike most eaters, he's been doing more than roaming about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down royal treasures of Old Voiburg, and he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Is he now? Ha! What irony! Even in death, he remains a slave to duty. A knight, brave and true. He's a murderer, and I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life, killed my beloved right before my very eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge. Oh, I see. Truly you have suffered a terrible loss, but while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behavior notwithstanding, Kai Sin is nevertheless no more than an eater. To hate him is to hate the seed that claims the ship. The disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction driven by fragment memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm. I could barely wield a sword, and now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance are all I've got now. My every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. It has to be. It has to be. So just tell us where the goddamn ring is and we'll be on our way. This is how it has to be. Who you have to be. Nay, I think not. You ask too much, demand far, far too much, and in exchange for what? This I cannot abide. Are you trying to batter with me, you little shite? Tell me what I want to know, or I'll beat it out of you. Back off, Akira. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that an eater disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I should like to share with you a story. If you would be so kind to join me in Lingra. This had better have a point. Wait, where is it? I think I think this is an instance, if my memory serves me right. It's been ages, like 4 years ago. I've did this. So I think, yeah, yep, I knew it, fuck knew it. Why are we here again? Ugh, stubborn asshole. Tis beautiful, even now, a palace of forgotten dreams. But before it was Lingurha, in the time of Voibert, it was Gruneses Lich. The memory of mine in which you walked was of a troubling time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by a ambitious fool. Brandon, then a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of the Princess Soldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls on one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Voibert. I thought I would never see him again. But then, one day, he returned, one of several wandering adventures led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations, which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. Lady Soldia was overjoyed, and for a time it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. Oh, I should do this. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage Tadric. Ooh. It's him, Brandon. I'm sorry. So am I. Come, let's have done with it. It was you, Tadric. Do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you. You may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Soldia till my dying breath. As you nag, once I have killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my child, the hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for in noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. Lord Tadric, it hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. I was going to make it quick for old time's sake, but now I think I ought to take my time. Ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Oh boy. Da 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 da. Ba 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 da. Ba 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 da. Oh, hello, boy. There you go. Oh Lord, that's a lot of damage. There you go. Bump, bump. And let's finish this bastard off. Mailing some wreck. This kingdom is by rights mine. Brandon, what is the meaning of this? Turk, you, but why? After serving us faithfully for so many years. I am no servant, not you of your mother or father or you. My lady! God damn you! Lady Soldia, speak to me. Brandon, my dear, brave Brandon, am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows even now? Even now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. Fuck me. That is well. Would that I had my strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, and for the good of Voibert and her people. No, 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 I cannot. I will not. Honor your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. To to your friend who never doubted you, who never knew who knew that you would return and see justice. Now it should be me. No, it should be yeah. Brandon, my sword, now and ever after. We've rounded up the rest of Tadric's co-conspirators and tossed them in the gaol. The ones who hadn't been corrupted by his magics, that is. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Well, you saw what happened. Wicked White. She begged him to do it, like Melinda. Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Plaine. Fuck me, this expansion. Ah. ba 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 da ba ba ba. Do you know why I entered into the royal family's services many long years ago? Because when I was attacked by a wild beast, which nearly tore me to shreds, it was Lady Soldia who came to my rescue. She saved me, and that is a debt that can never be repaid. For there is naught in this world which holds greater value than her life itself. Not even her death absolves me to it. And so I must always first consider her wishes, her desires, and she would want for me and her kingdom, for Brandon, and yes, even for you, grandson, for me, to define oneself in opposition to the other, and other bereft of complexity of nuisance, wholly devoted of redeeming qualities, a villain indeed. There is comfort and certainty in hatred, but it is false and fleeting comfort. Brought with lies, we tell ourselves about who we are, what we must be, what we must do, and never you mind the cost. If anything, the more we offer up in sacrifice, the better. Do you not see, Brandon, was right to hesitate, to doubt? The unwavering blade cares not whom it serves, nor who it cuts. I think I need a moment. Perhaps you do as well. Leave us for now, Akira. Grandson, I have given you ample time to consider the path that has brought you here, and where it invariably leads all who walk it. I didn't know what to do after I lost Melinda, how to mourn her or how to live. I felt that if I put it all on Deal Kai Sin, put my everything into the hunt, that at least I wouldn't have to think about myself or what comes next. I want to hollow myself out and fill up that hole with hate. Forget who I was, and irony of ironies, just what the poor bastard tried to do to himself a century ago to itself. Huh, hard men, making hard choices. What rot. Hold on to Melinda and her the memories you shared. Let the, let that love guide you. Think not Dio Kai Sin, but Brandon. Give him peace, and you will find your own. Maybe. Still, that thing's no more than a mindless eater. Nothing it can say or do to make it right. So I'll finish the hunt for Melinda and for Brandon, and then I'll move on. Move on, you say. I can't live off hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly, and the more I try to reach for it, the more I find sorrow, pity. Curse not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. Reckon Akira would agree. And Melinda, if she were here, would probably slap me a dozen times and call me a bloody fool for acting the way I have. Or maybe you've been thinking about doing that in her stead, eh? Apologies for treating you with such disrespect before. So, Ul, I'd like to claim I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognize, recognizing your faults is the first and most important step. I will tell you what I know of the clause of Orthos. The ring, together with the bracelet and the choker, were three relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Soldia was the last of her line, and after her death, they were stored in a sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago, a band of thieves learned of its existence. The ones who stole the fangs and the eyes of Orothus. Yes, the relics were concealed with magical wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, Dio Kai Sin was then able to sense their presence. Even in death, a slave to duty, you said. You think he pursued the thieves out of an instinctive loyalty to his princess? That I do. After all, he was content to leave them be so long as they remained hidden. Only two of the three were taken. Then the third is still claimed the claws of Orthus, and he will surely come for you. Yes. Timgilius is where you must go. Once you arrived at that place I marked on your map, cast this powder into the air. The glamour will fade, and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Sul. I promise we will bring your friend peace. With me, sinner. And may you find peace as well, child. Alright, where is it? Okay. Oh. Bum bum ba dum bum 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 bum. them. Okay. This should be the place. You've got the powder on you, right? You toss the powder into the air, and as it slowly settles to the earth as twinkling motes of light, a coffer begins to take shape. This must be the claw of Orthus. All that's left is to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. Or we could deal with it here and now. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you, and you don't know me, but I know your story. I know this isn't you, and I know that if Lady Saldia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon, I promise you. Oopsies. Oops. Let's see. Okay. Fuck me. Alright. Okay, he's taking it dangerously low. Alright, my burst. Okay. Take that. Demeter, let him go. He's not your bloody puppet. Finally, you watching, Melinda? Now, and ever again after, my lady Soldia, my sword is yours to command. Brandon, he's still in there. I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon. That's not what she would want. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. But that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine. No, I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. Oh, my lady Soldia. He's gone. And what and with that, the three treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now we've just got to find a place to stick them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Least we can do for the princess and her knight, am I right? Maybe Sol Ul will have some ideas. Let's head back to Pla Enne. I really want to see the other like three quest lines, job quest lines, but I have to level up on other classes. After you, Akira. It is done. Brandon has been laid to rest. You saw us when we arrived. Do you really have to ask? No, I suppose not. Oh, my dear friend, I pray you have found peace. And what of you, grandson? Has the turmoil in your heart subsided at last? I suppose so. Though, to be honest, it felt like I made my peace with him before we ever fought. Because you finally saw him for what he was and accepted that truth into your heart. The battle was but an afterthought. Ha! Easy for you to say. You didn't have to cross fingers with the block. By the way, I brought you some gifts. The three relics of Voibert. Then Brendan was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. And now it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Soldia and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. Yes, of course. That their souls may sleep soundly forevermore. We shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Now that that's settled, I suppose we should be on our way. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards I'd like to speak with you back at the usual spot in the Crystarium. Be well, Sul Ul. I think that one has a bright future ahead of him. Few can find the strength to overcome such terrible tragedy, but he did. As have you, on no few occasions, I am sure. It has been a pleasure, Akira. Do visit me should you ever learn to hear an old fool prattle on and on. Bum, bum, dum, 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 dum. Ba, ba. Well met, sinner. Glad to see you made it back safe and sound. Having returned to where it all began, I can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Kai Sen and my revenge. I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realize I was only pushing others away. Gillenard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's a perceptive one, I took one look at me when I got back and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I have yet to thank you properly, Akira. I owe you so much for sticking around with me to the end. So what's next for you, sinner? Good question. Can't say I feel at home here or in Right or anywhere else. So I might spend some time on the road. I may not be a skilled AA fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most. And there's always someone in need of reliable sword hand. Melinda would want me to use my talents for a noble purpose, and helping folks in needs fits the bill. Hells, isn't that what Brendan and his comrades up doing in wound up doing in the end? So let's not call it a goodbye. Let's just say until the next hunt. Wheresoever you go, may you find shade, sinner. That's a very touching thing. Story. Let me double check something. I think I want to check something. If the Dark Knight quest is, I'm able to do it. But trouble seems to follow you wherever you go, doesn't it? And when it doesn't, you can't help but conjure it up. Anyway, how goes it? Okay. Okay. So, did I miss something? Did I miss something? I think I'll do some research, see if I missed something. Um, ba-da. All right. Ba, 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 da. What the fuck? Give me a second. Oops, wrong one. Let's see. Oopsies, I didn't want that. Ah, fuck. I don't want to read. Thank you. Is this it? Oh, yes. Alright, sweet. Alright. Alright. Thanks for joining me, and next episode, I think we shall do the Rising event before I forget, and I won't be able to do it again because it's going to end in like a few days. Anyways, till that, very well.